Hey there, Cutie in Cosplay here, wishing you a happy holiday. Now I'll see you over there.
Woohoo! Thanks for joining me now that I'm on my cozy chair with my cozy holiday bear. We can get started. Today's video is going to be games from 2023 that I played and enjoyed. We're getting in the holiday spirit here with cozy outfits and cozy bears and just taking a look back on the games of this year. So, let's get into it. I will say that the games on my list today aren't in any particular order or ranking, so with that in mind, my first game is Sonic Superstars. I played the Switch version of this with 4 players and it ended up being a little bit of a glitchy mess, but it was funny. It was a really fun multiplayer game, but probably one of the weaker 2D Sonic games just playing it solo, so I had a really fun time playing with my family, but I could imagine it wouldn't have been as great an experience just playing by myself. I liked that they gave you more options to play with different characters that have unique abilities. So you had Tails with his little copter tails, you had Amy with her hammer, Knuckles with his gliding. It was just a fun, unique experience for you and your friends or your family. It was good. I will say that the final level was awful. And the final boss was lame compared to Sonic 3 or even 2. That was a bit of a letdown. But overall, good Sonic game. It just needed some tweaking to be better, but I had a good experience and it was one of the games I enjoyed this year. Next on my list is Mario Wonder. I would say that this is the best 4-player Mario game and it was absolutely a 10 out of 10 game for me. I really hope to see more games like this. It felt like a AAA 2D game and that a lot of effort was put into it. I also enjoyed the way the co-op was handled, that you can play online with others, but they can't affect your gameplay negatively, like they can't do anything to troll you. They can just help you out, or sometimes I liked when they'd wait by the goalpost for you to get to the flag too. That was fun. But yeah, this is a great game and I hope to see even more improvements in the future. Like, I'd like to see every character have different abilities so that you could replay the game with different characters. I think that'd be fun. But still, like I said, 10 out of 10, such a fun experience. Next up is Mario RPG. And let me tell you, this is one amazing little remake. The characters look so adorable and chubby. And I had so much fun with this game and I laughed so many times. It was a surprise one for me. I didn't really think I'd like it as much as I did. And I'm not really crazy about turn-based combat, but I love the incentive they put in there to pay attention to the combat by like timing your offensive or defensive attacks. It was addictive. It was really fun. And the content after you beat the game is fun too. I liked fighting the secret boss, and then you see him in fancy 3D and he looked really good. And I was already excited for it, but playing this game just gives me even more newer excitement for Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. I bet that'll be just as cute and funny. Next on my list is Like a Dragon, The Man Who Erased His Name. So I loved this game. I didn't think it would be as good as the other games because it was a shorter one, but I ended up really liking it a lot, and it's probably one of my favorites. I really liked that this one used the classic Like a Dragon beat-em-up engine, and I really liked that because it was shorter, they really just went ham on the side content. That was wonderful. I enjoyed the Sega games they put in. They put a bunch of Master System games and a few arcade games. I will say that normally I really like going to the hostess clubs to eventually go out on dates with some of the girls, but I didn't do that in this game. because I didn't enjoy the live action cutscenes. Not that they didn't look great, but I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it as much as the previous ones. A huge plus was that Bunchon was as chubby as ever in this game. Always a perfect little gentleman. Next is Resident Evil 4 Remake, which was just truly incredible. It was a lot of fun to play, and they got the action right. I enjoyed this one so much, and it was my very first Let's Play on my channel, so it forever has a place in my mind and my heart, so there's that nice plus. I liked the added bits to the story. It made the characters feel a little more believable than in the original, but I also liked that they didn't remove all of the cheesy one-liners, and they left a few for Leon. It's just, you know, still keeping the original Resident Evil 4 charm in there. Next is Final Fantasy 16. So I was really looking forward to this one, and for good reason, because I think it might just be my favorite Final Fantasy. The combat was really fun, and I enjoyed the variety it provided with icon abilities. Like, if, I don't know, you just went to like 3 different people's households playing Final Fantasy 16 at the same time, I feel like the sets they would have would be so different, and it's so cool. I don't know, I just thought that was interesting. I'm a fan of Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy, so I thought it was really fun having them like mixed into one game. That was really cool. I really loved Clive's character and the interactions between all the other characters. I've had kind of an issue with past Final Fantasies where I struggled to connect with the characters, or their interactions didn't feel natural to me, or they felt kind of off. So I really enjoyed loving the characters in this, and I just found myself tearing up for them a time or two. I did have a few cons. Some things in the main story felt like filler and just kind of unnecessary to the story. I think they were trying to pad out the game and make it longer, which just ended up being a little bit of an unpleasant experience at times. Also, I didn't really like the villains. The main one was kind of lame to me, and some of the icons just weren't interesting to me. But I will say that I'm so excited to play more Final Fantasy 16 with the DLC. My next game is Street Fighter 6, so I was happy to see Street Fighter start strong with this one. I was a little worried it would be like Street Fighter 5 and just not have enough content, but the gameplay is fun, and I like the way it looks with the realistic graphics mixed with colorful effects. It just really gives it this cool style when you see it in action. Unfortunately, I didn't find the campaign mode very fun because I just don't enjoy playing with custom characters in fighting games. But overall, I'm glad Street Fighter 6 didn't turn out like 5 when that game first launched, and I would say pretty positive. Next is Tears of the Kingdom. I didn't think that they could outdo Breath of the Wild, but I was pleasantly surprised with this game. I'm also impressed with how they pushed like what the Switch is capable of to its limits, it really feels like. It looks really great and the world feels very full, and I feel like it was only a minor inconvenience in terms of performance, so not terrible. I enjoyed the expansion of the map that they did with the sky islands and the depths. All in all, it just makes for a whole lot of exploring, which I enjoyed. I also enjoyed the weapon fusion. I like making my own weapons from swords and monster parts. It's fun. I will say I'm not crazy about Ultra Hand and creating your own vehicles or what have you. I really think it's a great idea and that they executed it well, but I'm not very good at it, and it just makes me sad to see posts of people soaring around in their attack helicopters while I'm in the same crappy little car I've made like 5,000 times. That's just me being envious and not good at crafting, but it's a cool system. I just feel like I'm limited in what I'm willing to do with it. Next is Arizona Sunshine 2. This one feels really fun to play. It's like Resident Evil 4 VR Lite. It doesn't feel as good though, but it's still satisfying to shoot zombies and reload your guns. That's a good feeling. I was mainly interested in this game because it has co-op, so you can play through the whole campaign with another player. This was my first co-op VR game that has a story mode, and it really makes me want more. It was a lot of fun and just probably more fun than sitting on a couch just playing a 2-player game. So I'm excited for more co-op VR games in the future because it can really only get better from here. And last on my list is Metroid Prime Remastered. I'm really happy to see Metroid getting games again. I never got to play the original, so it was nice being able to play it, but with better visuals. And the added bonus of being able to play it in handheld mode because I enjoy being cozy in bed. Also, I'm surprised how well it plays since it's basically just a GameCube port, but better visuals. I really hope to see Metroid Prime 2 and 3 get the same treatment so that we can have all the Prime games in HD. So, fingers crossed for that. And that is the end of my list for today. There's plenty of other games from 2023 that I played and enjoyed, but I didn't include in my list just because it was getting too long. And there's also several games that came out this year that I wanted to play but just haven't gotten around to, so hopefully I'll be able to play those soon-ish. Anyway, let me know what your favorite games were that came out this year, or maybe there's also ones you didn't get to play that you were looking forward to. Anything like that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a happy holiday and a great day in general. Yeah, just have a really great holiday. Bye. Bye.